Ah yes, social distancing. You get bored day after day, week after week, stuck inside with your same old art supplies, so you do what anyone else would. Find new art supplies. That's right, we are painting with pee. These are desperate times. So I do want to get into sketching some ideas for our art before we get into swatching our material, so let's decide on what we're going to draw. So pee's kind of weird. I don't want to draw anything like fetishy, so I was actually thinking we could draw someone walking their dog and just draw a dog peeing. Okay, but what if the dog was peeing? And you know how I always have a circle of whatever liquid we are painting with? Well, maybe they're just being surrounded by their pee. It's you know, like swooshing all around them. Maybe they have magical pee. Maybe we should explore magical pee options. Have I said pee enough in this video yet? Oh, absolutely I have. I think the first time saying pee was enough, but here we are. Wow, pee, that's fun. Okay, so with that out of our system, okay. So here we have someone who just got a new little puppy. Wow, what do dogs look like? Maybe something like this? I don't know. Anyways, so she's holding the dog. And the dog, oh no, the dog's peeing on her because it's a puppy and that's what puppies do. So that might be kind of cute. We could also just straight up draw a baby because babies pee, yeah? Now, I'm not going to draw this baby peeing everywhere, so you're just gonna have to use your imagination that there's pee in the diaper, right? Sure. Okay, but what if there was an evil little girl who sold cups of lemonade, but they weren't, you know, it wasn't actually, you know, she's an evil little girl. Wow, do I even want to continue drawing this? Absolutely not. Okay, I think as much as I just want to do something simple and do the dog peeing, I think it would be the best option to have our girl who just got a puppy and the puppy is peeing on her. Okay, let's swatch our materials and get to creating. Who's excited? Not me. I'm quite disgusted with myself, actually. What am I doing? And why are you watching? So collecting our art supply this time around, we're just not going to talk about it. There it is. I got it the way I got it. So let's get to swatching our... I can't even believe I'm saying this. We're swatching pee, you guys. But you know what? You only have yourself to blame because after I posted the painting with blood video, everyone was like, what's next? Painting with your own pee? Well, here we are. You're welcome. And safety first, you guys. I am definitely wearing gloves for this video for obvious reasons. Okay, so before I got to swatching, I decided that if I was going to paint with pee, I was going to need the darkest color of pee I could possibly get. So I didn't drink any liquids for 24 hours because if you don't know, if you dehydrate yourself, your pee gets very dark, and that is what I wanted because I wanted more pigment. This is the most disgusting voiceover ever. Maybe I could have boiled the pee down like I did with the soy and wine, but you guys, I did not want to boil pee in my house and make my house smell like pee. Also, I didn't want to have to throw away a pot. Anyways, swatching was nothing special. It worked very similar to watercolor, and we have a small variety of colors. We have some yellows, we have some light yellows. Let's move on. So getting into our illustration, I was actually pretty excited about this one because we don't normally draw animals in our painting with series. It's just a character interacting with some sort of food, but because there's no food this time, I was excited to draw a little puppy, and I decided to change our character. Instead of an adult, I wanted to have a kid because I thought it would be cute if we had a puppy and a kid, and they're interacting for the first time. Neither one of them knows what to expect, and overall just have very childlike proportions and just a little bit more fun stylization. So right away, getting into our painting with P, I immediately forgot to wear the gloves. I took them off to do the drawing bit because I think the biggest challenge actually with this video was the gloves. The gloves are just so restrictive, and because they are so rubbery, they stick together and they don't let your fingers and hand really slide and move with the paintbrush. So I sort of had to pick the way I was going to hold my paintbrush in my hand and hold it that way because there was no extending fingers, there was no rotating my wrist, none of that easy brush making movement for a rubbery gloved hand. No, I had to pick a position pretty much and just kind of hold it like that. It was the most difficult part. I mean, aside from getting past the whole I'm painting with P and it's the most disgusting thing I've ever done in my life and I'm going to regret it, the gloves were difficult. What can I say? It was the hardest part. So just like any other water-based paint or medium that I have used in the past, it was very easy to work with. I just layered it on as you do, starting off obviously with our lightest tones and building upon layers like shadows, spots, or just making the color darker if I needed to build layers. And honestly, it was very easy to work with. I was a little disappointed that there wasn't any sort of difficulty to work around aside from the fact that, again, this is absolutely disgusting and I hate myself for it. But once I got past that hurdle, it was pretty smooth. It layered very well. It didn't reactivate as I put layers on, which just made me think I don't actually know what P is made out of, to be honest. I know it's something in your body that it doesn't need anymore, but what makes it yellow? Would it have reactivated? I had no idea. I didn't think about this until I started actually working with it. You don't think about these things. When do you ever think, how does painting with P work? But unfortunately, here I am. That's where my career took me. I went to college so I could paint with my P. Just think about that. You know what? I would rather just not think about that. I was honestly surprised at how yellow of a color I got because it's one of those things where you think it's dark, but then it's not actually as dark as you think it is. But hey, painting with P, you can get some pretty dark colors if you dehydrate yourself. So would recommend dehydration. Wouldn't recommend painting with your P because, again, it's disgusting. Overall, I am really happy with how this illustration turned out. I do think it's just really cute. The proportions of the dog, they look alien-like. What does a dog look like? I have no idea. Our little girl has a crazy face. She's dropping the dog because it's peeing on her and the pee is just swirling around them. There's just so much energy in this silly illustration and I had a lot of fun with this one. What can I say? I think it turned out really cute. And just like any painting with illustration, we ended with a ring of, how would you say, energetic exploding liquid of whatever we ended up using. This is always my favorite part of the painting with series. It's just so much fun to put down this ring of liquid and then use the hairdryer to get unpredicted energetic lines of this projecting whatever medium. That's always the best part of any traditional art, I think, is just the unpredictiveness of it all. And also, who doesn't love to take a hairdryer to an art piece and also splatter stuff all over the page? It's fun. The splatters were definitely a really fun addition to this one in particular because I did have some more darker bits leak into the lighter bits, so we have a nice unintentional gradient here and there. It looks really cool if you just get past what it actually is. It looks neat. And that is our painting with, oh gosh, I'm gonna say it, painting with P challenge. Do not do this, please. It's disgusting, but I did it. And you did it too. You suffered through this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye. I can't believe I have to make this part of the video, but April Fools. Did I get you? I hopefully did not get you because if I got you, that means you think I would actually paint with my own P, which is disgusting. If you don't follow me on my other social media, you maybe don't know why I'm wearing a mask. I mean, I'm sure you're aware of the situation that's happening right now in the world, but I recently was in Japan and I came back and I'm self-quarantining just to make sure that I don't get anyone else sick. So I'm wearing this mask mainly because it's making my skin break out and you don't want to see what's happening. So I hope you guys enjoyed this silly and kind of disgusting April Fool's joke video, even though I did very much use food dye. Believe me if you want, don't if you don't want to, that's fine too. Hopefully you at least got a laugh out of this video. Stay safe, you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Stay golden, but not that kind of golden. Ew, disgusting. Okay, bye.